Yes.
So thank you very much for coming today. My name is Michiko Muramatsu. So I'm happy to talk about my favorite topic today. My main topic is related to gender free in both in Japan and the Philippines. So today's title is What Man Can Do is What Woman Can Do. Do you think that men are stronger than women?
Yes.
No.
Physically, yes.
Physically strong.
Yeah.
Physically stronger.
Can you believe that men are more intelligent than women?
No.
No.
Okay, let's have a look at today's agenda. Firstly, global ranking. Secondly, modern lifestyle in Japan. Thirdly, modern lifestyle in the Philippines. And lastly, I will give you the conclusion. Okay, let's start with the first agenda. Our main topic is gender-free. And gender-free index in this slide is calculated based on the result of the investigation in several areas such as economics and education. As you can see the graph, the number one is Iceland. The Philippines is number 9. And Japan, long drawn out 104 among the 142 countries. The gender-free index is in contrast to each other. So, what are the differences between two countries? Can you imagine that what's caused such a differences? Okay, let's move on to the next agenda. This is our second agenda, modern lifestyle in Japan. As far as I'm concerned, the unequality of the women's participation rate in Japan is derived from cultural, educational, and historical background. The current modern lifestyle in Japan mainly started after World War II. As you can see the slide, the husband, they are workaholic, stay longer and longer at the office. For wife's case, they stay at home and take care of household chores and their kids. In Japanese society, the woman is treated like a handmaid for a long time. However, this social scheme was effectively and efficiently contributing to the growth of Japanese economy. In this world, it is assumed that husband's salary covered all family costs because source of the wage is only one. Move on to the next slide. This social scheme functioned effectively until the bubble economy collapsed in the 1990s. So after the Japanese economy, after the recession of Japanese economy, Japanese company cannot maintain such a scheme as it was because of the significant decline in the sales and acceleration of the severe competition with the global rivals. So do you agree on that, Japanese men? As you know. And finally, the current modern lifestyle in Japan started to change since around the year 2000. In other words, some of the mothers started to work to keep the economical situation. But so what are the hurdles for the woman to work outside? So according to the result of the social questionnaire, there are main 3 factors which obstacle for the woman to work outside the home. The first item is lack of the kindergarten. To establish the kindergarten, the government approval is required. However, since the number of the kindergarten is limited, there are many mothers who are waiting for the available kindergarten schools. Besides the lack of the kindergarten, the second item is lack of the after-school support for the kids in the elementary school. normally the school class ends around 1 or 3 p.m. I think the enhancement of the after-school service is essential. As for nanny service, it is not available. Nanny service is quite beneficial for the smaller kids, especially in the case that kids are sick and mother has to take care of them. However, in Japan, the nanny service is not common, usual, and a little expensive. The Prime Minister, Mr. Shinzo Abe, in his general policy speech, he promised to enhance the woman to work outside of the home because the work labor force in Japan will be decreasing in foreseeable future due to the lower birth rate. To avoid the negative impact on Japanese economy, Japanese government needs a woman's power into the society. So let's go to the Philippines case. This is our third agenda, modern lifestyle in the Philippines. In the Philippines, it is custom that both husband and wife work outside. There are mainly three factors which contribute to the penetration of such a gender-free concept. Firstly, school education. When kids are young, they started to realize that when men and women should be treated equally. Secondly, there are strong family support. For instance, the grandfather or grandmother usually take care of their kids. And thirdly, the nanny service is quite cheap compared to other countries. Therefore, it is relatively easier to use such a service. So considering these factors, the women in the Philippines are encouraged to work outside compared to Japan. So, however, there is another serious issue in the Philippines. That is disparity and poverty. So disparity means the difference or gap between the poor and the rich. As you can see in the slide, the average salary in the Philippines is 235,000 pesos. However, the average salary for top 10 workers is 750,000 pesos. On the other hand, the average salary for bottom 10% is 69,000 pesos. It's 100 times more. So to resolve these issues, I think the government should support that is essential for the people. For example, tax scheme, etc. may be based there. So finally, I come to the conclusion of my presentation. Which is last but not least. So my suggestion is invite Filipino to Japan for nanny service, because Japanese mother needs nanny service, and Filipino could obtain higher salary in Japan. I can show the result of the simulation in the next slide. And in addition to that, Filipino can teach English to Japanese kids. Isn't it perfect? Okay, I can show you the result of the salary simulation. So let's imagine that normal salary level for residential housekeepers, it is 1,920,000 Japanese yen. However, residential housekeeper lives in the same house, so the cost of living is deducted from salary. The expected remaining salary is 960,000 Japanese yen, which is equivalent to the 369,000 peso. Considering the overall average salary in the Philippines is 235,000 peso. Then the salary for the residential housekeeper in Japan is quite good. Again, let me draw your attention to my conclusion. I'd like to suggest invite Filipino to Japan as a residential housekeeper. It's foremost. It's a win-win situation for both Japan and Philippines. So thank you very much for listening.